Hi guys, I'm Paul. In this video I'm going to give you my thoughts on the recent Bitcoin price crash last Thursday, why I think that the crypto crash isn't over just yet and how much more pain in the market is possibly still to come. I will also cover SpaceX allegedly selling their Bitcoin, plus Michael Burry and his new big short bet on the market, and why all this actually matters for crypto. And to give you even more value, I will also show you my key Bitcoin price levels I am looking at in the next few months to determine where I think the price is going, so stay watching for that. Just a quick disclaimer, the information in this video is meant for educational purposes only and should not be taken as financial advice. Okay, now let's begin. Elon Musk's SpaceX sells Bitcoin. Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies dropped in price last Thursday due to news from the Wall Street Journal that Elon Musk's SpaceX had sold all its Bitcoin holdings, worth a total of $313 million. The Wall Street Journal stated it had viewed SpaceX documents that highlighted they had sold all their Bitcoin holdings. However, we haven't had an official statement yet from Elon Musk or SpaceX to confirm this story, and as SpaceX are a private company, they have no obligation to do so. So what does this mean for investors that SpaceX allegedly sold their Bitcoin? My personal opinion on this is that it's likely SpaceX needed to strengthen cash flow and reserves for the short term, which could also give us an indication that hard times are still to come in the markets and economy. What we do know is Elon Musk has made it clear he does believe in cryptocurrency long term, and when Tesla sold 75% of their Bitcoin back in July 2022, Elon Musk said he needed to maximize Tesla's cash flow position, and not because he didn't believe in the future of Bitcoin or cryptocurrencies. Here is what Elon said in a statement after Tesla sold their Bitcoin last year. The reason we sold a bunch of our Bitcoin holdings was that uncertainty as to when the COVID lockdowns in China would alleviate. So it was important for us to maximize our cash flow position given the uncertainty of the COVID lockdowns in China. It should not be seen as a verdict on Bitcoin, Musk said. Not financial advice, but as a long-term investor, I see any dip like this as a buying opportunity, even though, as I'll explain later in the video, I do think we could possibly get more downside to come in the cryptocurrency market. Michael Burry, the new big short. Michael Burry, the hedge fund boss and founder of Scion Asset Management, has placed a large number of put options on ETF funds that track the S&P 500 and Nasdaq 100 at the end of the second quarter, latest filings show. But what are put options? Put options are when you bet against the market, meaning in this case, Michael Burry believes the S&P 500 and Nasdaq 100 will have a sharp drop in price, and he is betting $886 million against the S&P 500 and $738.8 million against the Nasdaq. This is a combined value of $1.6 billion, and it has been recently reported in the news that Michael Burry has bet 90% of his firm's portfolio. But these rumours, I believe, are not true. In reality, the options will have cost him a lot less than the $1.6 billion amount the media have been saying. Why this is significant though, and getting a lot of press attention, is Michael Burry is known for shorting betting against the 2007 mortgage bond market and making himself a cool $100 million in the process, and another $700 million for his investors. The story was famously made into a movie called The Big Short, and he was played in the movie by actor Christian Bale. The S&P 500 has posted gains of 16% this year, and the Nasdaq 100 has posted gains of 38%, so talk of a significant pullback doesn't sound too far-fetched given the current state of the economy. Taking a look at Michael Burry's company stock portfolio on a website called Stock Circle, it states his total portfolio value is $116 million, which further clarifies that he hasn't put up 90% of his firm's portfolio. And looking at his portfolio performance over the last 3 years, it has gained 186% return, with his performance this year so far getting around 8.46% return. It has to be noted though that he has been predicting a market crash for quite some time. Back in 2021, he stated we were in the greatest speculative bubble of all time in all things, and expected the mother of all crashes, which hasn't happened yet. You can see from the chart that on May 2017, for example, he predicted a global financial meltdown, but the S&P 500 continued to rally for over a year. He then said on September 2019 he thought the stock market would crash due to a bubble in index ETFs, but it continued to rally for over a year after. And more recently, in January 2023, he tweeted sell. However, he did later tweet at the end of the month that he was wrong to say sell, so retracted his earlier statement. Grayscale ETF Application. Another reason mentioned in the media, which if to be believed may have contributed to the sudden price drop in Bitcoin the last Thursday, is the rumours a decision was going to be made on Friday the 18th of August as to whether this Grayscale Bitcoin Trust would win in court the right to convert to a spot Bitcoin ETF. However, no news or decision came. So what is it all about? Grayscale own the Grayscale Bitcoin Trust, which allows investors to invest indirectly into Bitcoin without actually owning the asset. And they took the US financial watchdog to court back in June 2022 because the SEC denied them the right to convert the Grayscale Bitcoin Trust into a spot Bitcoin ETF. No decision was made on Friday, but we could speculate traders may have been betting on which way the result would go, and possibly news leaked Thursday that a decision was not going to be reached on Friday, causing the massive volatility and Bitcoin sell-off with an estimated 1 billion in liquidations in the 24-hour period, which is crazy. Key market concerns. Some key market concerns I have as to why I think we have more pain to come over the next few months, possibly going on into the end of the year, are as follows. Warren Buffett sells 8 billion stock. According to the second quarter earnings report, Warren Buffett's firm Berkshire Hathaway sold $8 billion worth of stock, so could he possibly know something the rest of us don't of what's to come in the markets? China's economy. China's economic growth fell sharply in the 3 months to June and could lead to other world countries following in the coming months. Evergrande files for bankruptcy protection in the US. The property giant Evergrande has just filed for bankruptcy protection in the US, which isn't good news for the real estate market in China. Latest Fed minutes in June indicate more interest rate hikes likely. Latest minutes stated the Fed were still concerned at the pace of inflation, so more rate hikes are likely. All this uncertainty in the US and China can't be good for the stock markets, and you have to feel it could have a knock-on effect on the cryptocurrency market too. Why all this matters for crypto? A lot of investors and traders believe that Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies move in tandem with the Nasdaq, which is made up of mostly growth stocks like Apple, Microsoft and Tesla. So any likely crash or decline in the Nasdaq, which is what Michael Burry is betting on, could mean Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies could follow suit with a sharp decline in price. Cryptocurrencies are known to be extremely volatile, so any declines in the S&P 500 or Nasdaq are likely to see a bigger drop for cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin and Ethereum. And not financial advice, but my personal strategy will be if we see any significant drops as a great buying opportunity to pick up some cheap Bitcoin. With all this said, I think the traditional markets like S&P 500 and Nasdaq could see a decline over the next few months, maybe going into the end of the year. And when I realistically see Bitcoin starting to pick up traction and momentum again is in January 2024, as this month will be when ARK Invest Bitcoin ETF is due to be accepted or rejected by the SEC, and will be the maximum 240-day period available to the SEC to make a final decision on this Bitcoin ETF application. Currently, the following ETFs have been submitted for a Bitcoin ETF, and at time of writing haven't been approved yet. BlackRock, Wisdom Tree, Invesco Galaxy Bitcoin ETF, Valkyrie Investments, ARK Invest, VanEck, and Fidelity Wise Origin. In my own opinion, I believe all Bitcoin ETFs will be approved at the same time, possibly in January 2024, as the above applications were all filed around the same time, and if this does happen, it will bring a large flow of institutional buyers' money flooding into the crypto market. Cathie Wood, founder of ARK Invest, has hinted that she thinks regulators could approve multiple applications at the same time, because it would ensure no company gets an advantage over another company, which does seem logical. But how does this Bitcoin spot ETF differ from the current Bitcoin futures ETF currently available in the market? The main difference is that with the Bitcoin spot ETF, it allows users or companies to buy and sell the actual Bitcoin asset itself, whereas with the Bitcoin Futures ETF, you are buying futures contracts to bet on the Bitcoin price, but don't have to actually buy or own the underlying asset, Bitcoin. Bitcoin price levels. So just to mention from the start, I am not an active day trader, I'm an investor, so I look to invest for the long term only over many years, not months. I wanted to share my personal price levels with you to give you as much value as possible. As always, I have to stipulate this isn't financial advice, I'm giving you my opinion only, and more research may be necessary before you make any financial investment decisions yourself. As we can see from the Bitcoin daily chart, we have broken my upsloping trend line from the beginning of the year, January 2023, which isn't good, and my first support level, which was set at $25,105, was hit on Thursday the 17th after news broke about the SpaceX allegedly selling their Bitcoin holdings. I do expect a slight bounce here, or maybe sideways action for a bit, and if it does start to go back up, it will need to get above the 28,900 price resistance level. If it manages to break this 28,900 price level, then the next key level is 30,800, which it has hit many times before, but so far has been unable to break and stay above it. On my bearish sentiment, which I believe is more likely given the points mentioned above, if Bitcoin was to drop below the $25,105 level, then the next level to watch for is around the 22,700 Bitcoin price level. And after that, if it drops lower, then the next support level will be 21,400. Hoping it won't happen, but if we were to lose the $21,400 price level, we could go down as low as $19,000 to $18,000 level. But this will be determined by how the stock market performs and other factors mentioned above playing out over the coming months. As mentioned, these are just some of my personal levels that I wanted to share with you all to give you the best information possible. So I hope you found this useful, and if you did, I'd really appreciate if you click the like and subscribe button so I know to make more videos like this in the future. If you like this video, please feel free to watch this video next. Thank you.